All right, let's talk about something that could totally change the way you think about achieving, well, pretty much anything you want in life. We're going to dive into what I'm calling the architecture of habitual excellence.
So it's that time again, right? We're all starting to dream up those big, shiny goals for the year ahead. Maybe you want to launch a business, finally write that novel, or get into the best shape of your life. It feels good to think about, but hang on a second.
Because what if I told you that the whole way we go about setting goals is kind of broken? That the very act of creating these huge, ambitious targets is actually setting us up for failure? It sounds completely backward, I know, but there's a huge flaw in the traditional approach.
And this brings us to what we can call the goal paradox. We've all been there, right? You set a goal, you're super motivated for like a week, maybe two, and then life happens. The excitement fizzles out, and before you know it, the year's over, and you're pretty much right back where you started. So why does this keep happening?
Well, here's the thing. The problem isn't you. It's not your ambition or your drive. It's the goals themselves. See, goals are all about some future finish line, which means you spend almost all your time in a state of not there yet. It's a constant feeling of falling short. Plus, they create this intense win or lose pressure. And get this is the real mind bender. Winners and losers often have the exact same goals. Think about it. Every single athlete at the Olympics wants to win the gold medal. The goal isn't what separates them. Something else is.
So if goals aren't the answer, then what is? This is where we flip the script. It's a huge mental shift from focusing on goals to focusing on systems. Instead of chasing a result, you build the process that gets you there.
And the difference is just night and day. A goal mindset is obsessed with the finish line. A system mindset, it's all about what you do today, the daily practice. Goals give you that quick hit of motivation that fades, but a system builds continuous momentum. With a system, success stops being this one big event in the future and instead becomes the process you follow every single day.
And this quote just says it all perfectly. You don't magically rise to the level of your goals. You don't. You fall to the level of your systems, your day-to-day processes, your routines. That's your baseline. That's what truly dictates where you end up.
Okay, so systems are the way to go. We get it. But how do we actually build a good one? Does it take some massive heroic effort? Nope. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It all starts with the incredible power of just 1%.
That's it, 1%. We're talking about making improvements that are so small, so tiny you almost can't even notice them. It's an improvement so easy you can't talk yourself out of it. Reading just one more page, writing just one more sentence, just one more push-up.
Now, the real magic here isn't in that one tiny action. It's in what happens over time. It's the compounding effect. I mean, just look at this chart. If you get just 1% worse every day for a year, you end up with basically nothing. But if you get 1% better, whoa, the growth is just exponential. These small choices don't just add up, they multiply.
And that is the 1% rule. It's the engine that powers every great system. Your commitment to that tiny daily improvement is what's going to define your path for 2026 and really for the rest of your life.
So let's pop the hood for a second. What are these systems actually made of? When you boil it all down, systems are simply a collection of our habits. These are the little automatic actions that over time determine our trajectory. And I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. A habit isn't just the action itself, it's the entrance ramp that leads to it. You see, the decision to put on your running shoes, that's not the workout, but it's the entrance ramp that gets you on the highway where the workout is almost guaranteed to happen. Your habits are these tiny little decisions that steer you in a certain direction.
So if habits are the entrance ramps, what are the results, the outcomes, your health, your bank account, your knowledge, all of it? Well, they're just a lagging measure of your habits. They're the scoreboard. They simply reflect the game you've been playing day in and day out. The results are the inevitable echo of the actions you've taken.
So this is the real game changer. You can stop being a passive person who just sets goals and then hopes for the best. Instead, you can become the active architect of your life. You get to design the systems that make your desired results practically inevitable.
So here's your new playbook. It's super simple. First, you set a vision, a direction. That's your goal. But then you don't obsess over it. Step 2, you design the process, the system that will move you in that direction. And then, step 3, you forget about everything else, and you focus all your energy on today,
on making that 1% improvement.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. Forget about your huge 2026 ambitions for just a minute. Bring it all the way back to right now. What is one tiny, almost laughably small system in your life that you can improve by just 1% today? Because that right there is where all real, lasting change actually begins.